So I managed to snag a pair of these from Salehe Bembury's site, which is honestly very surprising. I didn't think I'd ever get through. I did hit it though. This is like one of the few times, but this is Salehe Bembury's New Balance 530 collaboration, and it looks like it's called Prosperity Be the Prize. So I wanted to give you guys my first look at these. Is it worth copping or not? So let's go ahead and get into it. First of all, the box, dude. Bamboo, awesome. I love the color of the bamboo everywhere on the top. Has a New Balance logo on there as well. You don't have the, the three dudes on the inside of the box like all of the other ones that we've seen. Salehe Bembury, New Balance logo. And here are the shoes. Okay. So Salehe Bembury and New Balance have been collaborating since I think the 2002 R, which was like a super, super nice collaboration. I have two colorways of the 2002 Rs, and honestly, he kind of helped put the 2002 R on the map, like in my opinion, because that shoe didn't really have a lot of steam at first. And then his pack was really solid, but then you had the protection pack, and that kind of sealed the deal for the 2002 R. But this is a pair of the 530s that he did his little touch on, and so overall, I think this is going to be an interesting one. I don't think this is going to have as much love as maybe some of the other ones. I could be wrong. Maybe this is the Grand Slam one. But there's a couple reasons why I think that this is an interesting choice of a model, and whether or not the materials and stuff are like up to par for what we've seen with Salehe Bembury's collaborations. So the New Balance 530 is actually kind of like a budget-friendly model. This model normally retails at $100, so $99.99 on New Balance's website. I'll link them in the description if you guys want to see what base models they have available for sale. So it makes me wonder, did New Balance say, hey, yeah, you can do another collab with us, take this model and let's do something with it instead? Or did Salehe Bembury just go, this is the model I want to create on? I feel like it's kind of lackluster in a couple of senses, just getting them in hand and actually finally looking at them in person. And I'll get into the reasons why in just a second. But overall, I'd say that the colorway is very interesting. There's lots and lots of different stuff going on here. Lots of like lime greens and different like shades of greens, little hits of purple and stuff. I'll get into some of the reasons what they said, at least why, in a little bit as well. But it does have an NB with like a thumbprint sort of vibe there, and then it does say Salehe Bembury, and then also there is a Salehe Bembury tag on the back, which is something we've seen since the first ones as well. It does say 530 across the collar, and then it says absorb on the midsole for the technology used in the midsole. So the Salehe Bembury New Balance 530 costs $130, and the colors are listed as dusty yellow and celery green. The 530s do fit true to size in my opinion. From the description, it says a new collaborative design from acclaimed designer Salehe Bembury brings a new dimension of world travel to a true go-anywhere style. A vibrant green execution of the 530 draws on Salehe's hike through Kyoto's famous bamboo forest. Mesh upper, nubuck overlays, and synthetic accents, along with the 530 signature segmented outsole, features an electric green tone inspired by the green timber bamboo. Splashes of bright contrast blue skies, purple details, along with a deep relief of green on the outsole, represent the glimpse of the skyline and the other vegetation which peek through the dense treescapes. And if you guys saw in the promotion details, there was a panda bear and they were breakdancing. I think that was a little bit of a nod to the Australian breakdancer from the Olympics, which is ridiculous and funny. Anyways, we do have a pretty interesting colorway. There is a lot of different things going on here, and as you can tell, they're really trying to go with the bamboo forest and the accents around the forest sort of vibes. I think that was done well. I do feel like the overall materials though is where this thing lacks, and maybe it was because they're trying to bring it into a lower price point. I mean, 130 is the retail on this one versus some of the other collabs that are 200 plus. So I feel like they definitely had to tone it down a little bit. They couldn't go all crazy because they would have to raise the retail price up a little bit higher. So question for you guys, would you rather have a lower tiered base model like the 530 that we have here, done in like really like premium materials and then charging a much higher price? Or do you like the fact that they brought us a kind of more budget friendly collaboration with New Balance with the 530 model at $130, done pretty nice, and you do have nubuck accents and stuff like that, and synthetic overlays and underlays and stuff, but the fact that this is a little bit more affordable, I think that this is going to be a lot more appealing to some people. But leave a comment in the comment section. What do you think? Do you like the more premium approach, or do you like, the tiered down approach where it's a little bit more affordable and not as premium of a product? I'm kind of on the fence because I like the premium versions of the Salehe Bemburys and stuff, and that's what I've just grown to love. Like seeing the difference in materials between his collaborations and then just the baseline models is insane. He always has the real shaggy suedes. His mesh is also very, very nice. There's always like a dual mesh to the uppers as well, which makes it really, really nice and definitely premium feeling. And you don't get that vibe in this shoe, in my opinion. But again, it's at the sacrifice of having it at just a better price point for most consumers out there, and just a little bit of a tiered down model. With that being said, I think he did a pretty awesome job in a 530. And honestly, the 530 is an awesome model. It's a pretty comfortable model overall as well, but it's not like it's a terrible model because it's a $100 model versus the more premium pairs that they have out there. I mean, a lot of the other stuff is made in the USA. It's done with premium suedes. So two things that are going to make the prices significantly more. I feel like this is definitely a little bit more of a normal collaboration, which I don't think is a bad move. He can have other collaborations that can be a lot more premium, and then some of the other collaborations could be a little bit more for the people. This colorway is pretty interesting though. Again, lots and lots of different greens. I'm not the hugest fan of green just because I think it's just the roots. Oregon State, which is black and orange. The Ducks are yellow and green, so this kind of reminds me more of ducky colors. Overall, it's kind of like a Toxic Avenger sort of vibe. Little hits of pink on the shoe as well, and then the purple outsole is definitely something that stands out quite a bit. I think that rubberized section in the middle being the green that it is, with little hits of accents of green around, it just kind of draws it all together. But I think it's a pretty interesting looking colorway. I do think that bamboo vibes though, I think I get more of that from the box. This definitely goes into a lot more details of the color of bamboo, but I don't mind it. I think it's overall pretty nice. And the fact that I was able to get a pair even at retail, I think was even better. I also do like that it has cork insoles on the inside of the shoe, and I like this little racer stripe pull tab here on the back as well. Very functional, at least for someone like myself. On the sides of the shoes, you also do have a New Balance logo that's kind of metallic, and then it has like a purple outline and almost an Oscar the Grouch green on the backdrop of that. But on that foil like fused material here though, with the end, it's kind of like a textured thumbprint pattern on there, and I like that as well. It's a nice little addition. You also do have a different texture for the metallic material. That also is seen on the heel of the shoe, and I like that they add a little different textures to the shoe. There's not a lot of crazy branding on the shoe, New Balance, and then the Salehe Absorb 530 New Balance on the bottom. Then there's also his branding on the tongue and on the insoles. But overall, decent branding on the shoe, and execution is done pretty nice as well. But leave a comment in the comment section. Is this a pair that you went after or not? Is it a pair that you like? Leave a comment, let me know. Appreciate y'all for stopping by and watching again. And if you guys want to buy a base pair, I will link them in the description. I did a video review on the 530s months and months and months ago as well. If you guys want to check out that video, check out my channel. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. Hopefully, I'll see you back on the channel for some more content. All right, peace, guys.